So I was poked. Hi, I'm Gabby and welcome back to another edition of The Fragrantician, where here on this channel we just talk about perfumes, fragrances, everything that smells good. If you're looking for something different, something vintage, something unique, something that maybe not everybody else is talking about, you've clicked on. Today's edition, I was poked. I was poked by Lizzie. Rosen Jones is her channel, and she's quite posh, well, compared to me. I'm Tuesday's child, she's Wednesday's child. That's our nicknames. I was born on a Tuesday, so there we go. But today it's a little bit of a different, bit of a mix-up, and this was so difficult to do. It was bloody difficult to do, let me tell you. It's called the Autumn Equinox Poke Tag. So there's just a random of questions that Lizzie put, and she tagged some people, and I was one of them. And we are now in autumn here in the UK. It is the beginning of October when you're watching this, hopefully. And so we are well into autumn now. And even though we are in autumn, I know it's not autumn in some parts of the world, but let's just get into it, because I'm just blabbing on and blabbing on and blabbing on, aren't I, Claude? Yeah? He's not talking. So, without further ado, what's the first question? What's on the board, Miss Ford? First question is the most surprising fragrance, the most surprising discovery this year. Well, there is a myriad. I've got a myriad down here. But if I had to say the most surprising one would be Dryad by Papillon. That, I suppose, this year. Well, it would have gone into last year and I had it a long, long time. But Dryad from Papillon has really surprised me, because it's one of those perfumes that upon first sniff, I wasn't completely enamored. I wasn't sure. It wasn't a love at first sniff. However, upon sniffing it and then using my sample, it kind of just spoke to me after a while. And yeah, so I would say if you're looking for a chypre fragrance, but it's a very forest-like fragrance, a very witch-like fragrance, I would say Dryad from Papillon. That really did surprise me, because I thought, no, I'm not going to buy a bottle of this. And then afterwards, when I then started to use it more, I became almost addicted to this green forest of a ritual almost that just kind of bewitched me and beguiled me. So Dryad from Papillon, I would say, is the most surprising discovery. And also, I would say the second most surprising discovery is this one, Lune de Miel by Fragonard, which I recently discovered. And this smells 95% the same as Hypnotic Poison by Dior. And it was a subscriber that mentioned it. It's a 200 mils and it cost me less than 50 quid for 200 mils. It's an eau de toilette, but yeah, it's only a little bit, I would say it's probably just a little bit creamier, maybe just a little bit, not as almondy, but there's still almond in here. So Fragonard, Lune de Miel, that surprised me. Second question is, what is or was your most worn spring scent? Now, I'm not seasonal, but I'm choosing still by JLo. That, I would say, I wore it a lot in April and May. And this kind of leads me on into your most worn summer scent. I wore this in summer, but I also wore Diorissimo by Dior. So these were spring and summer. I don't do seasons, but this and the other perfume is La Vierge de Fer. These three in spring and summer, especially summer, La Vierge de Fer by Serge Lutens. This pear sorbet, this succulent pear sorbet mixed with white lilies, cuts through heat. Beautiful. I will only wear this in summer. I'm not going to wear this in winter. It is a little bit along the lines of Pure Poison, but Pure Poison you can wear in winter. This is more summer scent. Definitely. Spring and summer, Diorissimo. It's a beautiful lily of the valley. Lovely in spring and summer. And Still by JLo. This is lovely in spring, but I would say you could wear this all year round. So I'm going to wear this now because it is signature scent worthy, this scent. And I would categorise this in something else which I will talk about later. Next question is the most anticipated autumnal scent, without a shadow of a doubt. Santal Majuscule by Serge Lutens. I'm trying to find a mood to wear this because Serge Lutens is all about a mood, apart from my signature, which is Fleur d'Oranger, which I will wear anywhere and everywhere. That is a crowd pleaser. That just suits every occasion. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Whereas this is, for me, an autumn scent. This was gifted to me by a kind subscriber. And yes, I know, Claude, we love our subscribers, please. Gifts to the needy. That's what I am. You know, a girl has to get something. Because the hubby doesn't give a lot. No, that's a lie. He does give a lot. But Santal Majuscule is this cocoa-y rose, and yeah, it's sandalwood. I hear stories that it doesn't really last long. I think this week I'm going to pull this out and start wearing it, because I thought about September, but it's still been a little bit mild. But now the weather's changing. It is getting cooler. So yes, Serge Lutens Santal Majuscule, most anticipated autumnal scent. The next question is the most transportive. Is that the word? Transportive? Transportative? Seasonal scent. Now, I don't do seasons 99% of the time. 99% of the time. However, I would say the one that really transports me to autumn and winter, especially now we're going into autumn, Dior Addict would be one. And another one is this one. Although Dior Addict, I've worn that in the high heat, so maybe scrap that. See, I don't follow rules. This, though, I will not wear in the high heat. This is just, yeah, it is a boozy, vanillic, jasmine, ambery, creamy, dense, thick, voluminous, voluptuous. It's all of those and more, and I treasure my 60 ml so much. I will only wear it in autumn and winter, and it transports me to when the leaves are down, especially whether it's a wet autumnal day or if it's cold in the bitter snow and there's a snowstorm outside and you're snug inside, or if you're on an intimate date. and there's a log fire or a coal fire burning. Alien Essence Absolute, she is that go-to girl for that. I wouldn't wear it going clubbing or anything like that, but for relaxing, intimate. The colour of the juice is beautiful. I haven't even used, I think, a quarter of this, and I have a small 30ml backup bottle over there. Yes, I know, you think, what the hell, Gabby? But there we go. Sadly discontinued, and it transports me to those cold autumnal and bitter cold winter days. This next question was so bloody difficult. The most gothic scent, or the most gothic scent for Halloween. Right. The first one, the most gothic one for Halloween, has to be this one, Portrait of a Lady, by Dominique Ropion, the perfumer. This is a gothic, crumbling church with roses, black roses. We're not talking pink roses, we're talking deep red black roses. This is a really, with a little bit of a jamminess in there, but it's dry and earthy too. Portrait of a Lady. The next one, which is probably the most gothic one, I had to choose a couple, sorry. For Halloween, Dior Poison, the original one. Oh yes, this is stewed plums. And I also think of like cider and apple juice. Now I know some people here in Fragcom don't like it, you know who you are. And there are some people in Fragcom that do love it. You know who I am, because I love it. This is an older formula. It's a semi-reformulated version, but it's still an older formula. And I absolutely adore it. So that's another one. And the other gothic scent for Halloween, now, has to be Magie Noire by Lancôme, because this is, it's like rich Bourneville dark chocolate with black currant, just a hint of like a black currant liqueur. And again, it's got rose in it as well, and it's got patchouli, which gives it this almost chocolatiness. It is stunning. This is reformulated, and this is cheap as chips as well for 75ml, under, well, I got this under 40 quid, I think. Oh my gosh. I used to wear this a lot about 25 years ago when I first met Richard. That was a reformulated version, obviously. But this one is reformulated, but this is how I still smell it, and it performs beautifully, and it's a real gothic scent. I'm gonna be rocking this actually Halloween. I think this is the scent I'm gonna feel when I feel completely witchified. Magie Noire by Lancôme for gothicness. So that category was very hard. The next one was actually quite easy. It's your most ghosted scent, and I am choosing Midnight Poison by Dior because I'm so frightened to wear it. It's down to probably about here. I've used about a quarter of it, but it's sadly discontinued and it's way overpriced. But I got this for a steal about a year ago now, maybe more than that. And this is a beautiful ambery, rose, patchouli and amber accord, and I got this is a tester one I got, but it's genuine. And yeah, this ambery, patchouli, damask rose again, and this easily could be a most gothic scent, but it was for Halloween, so I didn't put this in this category, but this is my most ghosted. This is because I'm so frightened to wear it. Not because I don't like it, I love it. This one though, on my skin does not work in the heat. This works in autumn and winter again. I don't know why. In summer on my skin it goes like that, but in autumn and winter it just stays around, and it's one of those that is like a seasonal scent. So Midnight Poison by Dior. I need to wear you more. I need to love you more. Do you love me? Oh yes, she does. Sideline as well, my other most Gothic scent for Halloween. I come back to it. Lulu by Cacharel. The pure perfume version. This, oh wow, this is everything and more. Next question is, what perfume are you going to what scent are you going to declutter? I don't really do declutter videos. Well, I've done one declutter video in all the history of being a content creator, and I don't intend on doing any more. When I do declutter the fragrances, they go to good homes, but I don't really do them. So I had to choose a brand that I wouldn't buy into, a Kayali. You know. Kayali would be one, MFK would be another, PDM would be another, all these initials. Those I just won't buy into, don't want to buy into. Which other brands? They're just, I don't know. Anything that's so hyped up. And so, do you know what, I could make a fit complete, oh God, I'm doing a Kim Woodburn here. Please, just, I could really spill the tea. I could really talk a lot about things, but Richard said to be careful because I might get sued. I don't know, I just can't help my mouth. As Lisa Rinna said, these lips were made for talking. But anyway, yeah, you know, if you know me, you know the ones I don't like. So there we go. Next question, please. Next. Your next planned purchase. Please, Lizzie. I could be here forever talking about my next planned purchase. But my next planned purchase is going to be literally loads of Mancera, because Ange got me onto Mancera. I want to get my hands on a vintage Dior addict, vintage Dior addict. They are. And that leads me on to my next question. Your most desired fragrance. See, I could talk forever and a day about my next planned purchase, but I don't know, I tend not to dwell on too much on things like that because I then get anxiety. So let's go on to my next desired. The fragrance I desire, but it's just at the moment impossible to attain. That has to be, now, are you watching this, Mr. Allen, Darren Allen? I'm looking at you. Whenever I can get my hands on Chypre No. 1, Hecate and Sacred Smoke, those three fragrances from Darren Allen Perfumes, just please, can I just open that Aladdin, that Aladdin's genie? Can you be my genie? Can you, please? I'd love to spend a day with him as well. I'd love to get into his mind. I think he is... I've never tried his fragrances. Never. Thomas Outrun Mono did a video showcasing little samples, and Tammy Loves Fragrance, who has a big Instagram page, she's talked about Darren Allen, and I I want the fragrances so bad, especially Chypre number 1. Chypre number 1, it has these spices, it has these florals, it has these animalics, it has everything that I think I would love in a perfume. And I think the other one, Sacred Smoke, is about this incense and this champaca incense that just will envelop me into a feeling of Angelica Houston, or an older version of Wednesday's Child from the Addams Family. You know, that unhappiness and melancholy will make me happy. So, yeah, at the moment I can't get my hands on them. So that is the most desired. The most enjoyable release of 2022 is the next question. This had no qualms. Hera. This is my most enjoyable release of 2022. This was kindly gifted to me. This is slightly indolic, but it's not as indolic as Salome by no means, but it has this powderiness, it has ambrette, it is champagne fizzing, sniffing the flowers, looking at your beau or your belle or whoever, and just, yeah. This is a stunning fragrance that is hardly talked about and should be talked about. It's one of the most unusual. I have nothing like it in my collection. Maybe, no I don't. I have nothing like it. I can't compare it to anything else. It's the most unique vintage style in a modern world. It's a mixture of me of fluff and clouds, but there is this juxtaposed position of a black veil on skin and a feeling of excitement, a feeling mixed with a feeling of nostalgia and a feeling and a yearning. It's like a yearning to yesteryear, but you're happy in the moment now. Hera, this is what this is. And I love that what this scent does to me. It's a walk along the beach. It's a rainy day and feeling nostalgic. It's at one with you and at peace with you, but it's slightly melancholy for yesteryear. The best release of 2022, hands down. Magical, ethereal, liquid amber gold, Hera by Papillon. It's slightly buttery, florally, fizzy, earthy, slightly indolic, slightly sweet, but it's that sweetness when you taste champagne and you get that slight sharp biscuitiness as well. Hera. Yeah. Next question. Next one, the most disappointing release. Well, let's just say any Mugler fragrance. Yeah, I said it. Any Mugler fragrance now, since it's been taken over by L'Oreal. Next. This last question, I'm going to talk about 3 perfumes. So it is your most enjoyable fragrance purchase this year. Purchase, not gifted, purchase, that I purchased with my own money. Yes. there are still content creators that do purchase fragrances with their own money. It has to be a vintage Hypnotic Poison by Dior. So much so, I bought a backup bottle when I found it at a special deal. It's that, and it's in that rubbery bottle. The most intoxicating bitter almond, vanilla, marzipan. I don't get Play-Doh. Slightly marzipan and almond. Thick, beautiful scent that I wore in high heat and I'll wear in the cold midst of winter. Maria, Maria, I'm looking at you. What are you chewing on? See, I have cats here in the background. Maria, come on. There's a good girl. Come on. Maria. Yes, I know, darling. So Hypnotic Poison is the first one. It's just so glad I have it, and I enjoy every moment of it, so that's why it's the first one. The next one are actually, gosh, this was so difficult. I've got to talk about this one as well, because you know me, it's a dupe for Angel by Amour Scents. Saint, hands down, the best. You know, if you're looking, and this is a bold statement, if you're looking for what Angel used to smell like before it was butchered, just grab a bottle of this. Just do it. You'll thank me. You will. You will thank me. Yeah, the best chocolatey patchouli candy floss scent before it was butchered. Had to talk about that one. And the other two have to be from Francesca Bianchi. Fragrance house I discovered this year through a few content creators out here. I'm looking at you. Smurfy Girly, Claire. Yes, so the first one has to be Angel's Dust, my signature from Francesca Bianchi, hands down, and Libertine Neroli. These two. This Angel's Dust, because it is a boudoir scent, that is my Black Swan scent, that has this powderiness, vintageness, again, vintagey vibe. I've used quite a lot of this. I do use about 4 or 5 sprays, which I know is a lot for Francesca Bianchi perfumes. But, well, actually, yeah, I use maybe 3 or 4 sprays. It depends. No more than really 4 sprays. Because they do last a long time. They're not all like beast mode as in they project and fill a room, but they last on your skin a long time and they give you a lovely scent bubble. This one, I've said this before, it gives it this breath. It's like this whoosh that surrounds you. It's a cloud of rose and iris and slight pepperiness and powderiness and a little bit of an animalic, but tame animalic. Compliment getter. I can wear any time. And this one, Libertine Neroli, is my happiness in a bottle. If I'm feeling a bit low or down, this peps me up. It's neroli, it's an animalic leather accord, it's a chypre, but it's sunshine in a bottle. It's sunshine in a bottle, but it's strong enough. Well, it is strong enough. It's potent, and this actually does project quite a lot. If you spray about 5 sprays of this will fill a room. So go a little bit easier on the trigger. So Liberty Neroli, hands down, is, if you don't like neroli, because when I first smelt this, again, it wasn't a love at first sniff, but it became addictive. And I think it has Immortelle in this as well. I think, I'm not sure, but it's slightly sweet, but it is fresh, invigorating, but it just gives this air, an aura. I've called it an aura of strength. If you want an aura of strength, this is it. So Libertine Neroli and Angel's Dust, the perfect ones. And actually, my next purchase is gonna, I go on a tangent. My next purchase is gonna be Tiger by Francesca Bianchi. And I know that there are some people that don't like that. Peach, honey, jam, white florals, narcotic florals, with a bit of leather and oud, but the oud is so tame because I don't like oud. And heliotrope, powdery, almond, nuttiness. Yeah, I'm there already. I am the tiger. So that is my next planned purchase from Francesca Bianchi. That was a marathon, I think, of a video. So, thank you, Lizzie, for tagging me. Who am I going to tag? Who am I going to poke? Well, I'm not going to poke anyone because I don't want to put anyone through the agony and ecstasy that I went through. So this tag is open to anybody that wants to do it. If you want to go through the agony and ecstasy, you be my guest. Until next time, you've been watching another edition of The Fragrantician. Always remember, perfume and scent is the substance to your style. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.